Matchup I've been looking forward to ever since it was first announced. Four-way elimination matchup. Crown a top contender. Well, Jonathan Gresham worked so diligently and vigilantly and taking time to have a few words of warning to Jackson Argos. They've never really gotten along.
It seemed like Gresham was amused, laughing at Argos.
But what's not amusing is the fact that Gresham came so close 2 years in a row, Super Indy 15 and 16. He was the finalist. Lost to Josh Alexander a year ago, lost to Adam Cole here this year. He's worked for the Super Indy Championship for over a year now. He'd love another opportunity at the Crown. Benjamin C. Steele bringing out the man who, at one point in time, let's be honest, at 2 points in time, was the defending IWC Super Indy champion. He lived for that championship. He thought that was his claim to fame, and really it was. That cocky attitude, that heir apparent mentality, all centered around being the best Super Indy champion of all time in the eyes of Chris LeRusso. That maybe didn't come to fruition, but LeRusso has an opportunity to get himself back in contention, but look at the three athletes he has to overcome.
It is certainly not an easy road for any of the people in this match.
Not at all. Anthony Henry all the way from Augusta, Georgia, up here for this opportunity, his IWC debut. I've seen Anthony a couple times in my travels. Saw him down in Orlando, Best of the Best, earlier this year. Anthony Henry has been wrestling for over a decade now, some 12, 13 years, and he has been waiting for a break. He's been waiting for that opportunity, and things are coming Anthony Henry's way now. He's champion, Evolve Tag Team champion, and he's starting to travel all over this country and show people what he's capable of. If he could do that here in IWC as the X Factor, Anthony Henry could add a new home to his list. When you talk about homes, you talk about what this company has meant to this next athlete since he was 16 years old. Triple Crown champion twice over. He's done it all, and he's back again and just as passionate for competition as ever. The one-time Filipino Flex Factory, DJ Z, with an entrance only he could pull off, Jayworth.
It is somewhere between Disneyland and acid. It is purely DJ Z. How do you see out of that helmet?
DJ Z is a spectacle all to himself.
Although the vest doesn't hurt.
And no one knows better than DJZ how tough the Super Indy division competition is. He won. I believe it was Super Indy 9 once upon a time. Beat Johnny Gargano in the final round. That's impressive.
Oh, who?
Johnny Gargano?
Yeah, but what's he done lately? Haven't seen him here in a bit. And the chants begin, showing just how biased this crowd is.
If there's one individual ostracized from the fans' respect, it's the one you might suspect. Jay Worth, any early favorites or predictions on what we're about to see?
My guess has to be DJZ. He knows the title, he knows the prestige that comes with it, he knows what's involved in being that champion.
Here's my question, Jay Worth. Is DJZ 100%? Ruptured colon emergency surgery in Mexico earlier this year. We saw him in Super Indy 16, but admittedly, he was not even close to 100%. Lost in the first round to Adam Cole.
I have no idea, but everyone here looking for a quick pin.
Well, it's elimination rules. We'll be here a while. DJZ does not have the same body mass thanks to that injury that he did for his IWC championship run a year ago, but that could behoove him in a matchup where quickness is key.
And speaking of quick, Chris LaRusso got off that apron awful quick. He didn't want to be involved at all.
DJZ sends Gresham and Henry into one another. LaRusso the opportunist. When you're talking book smarts, no one in this ring can hold a candle to Chris LaRusso. He will be calculated, he will be cerebral.
And now
And he will be cocky.
What was he hoping for there? At best, he could have got two people with the drop kick.
LaRusso, as has happened a time or two in the past, sometimes LaRusso gets a bit full of himself. Not sure if you've noticed.
I asked him, he said that's not true.
Oh, I see. Henry now, sending to DJZ. Back and forth counter, wrestling Henry with a power slam. Gresham tried to outquicken Henry, didn't work.
Gresham took a kick right to the back of the head. Henry trying to figure out where he's at here. There we go.
Gresham, part of Seek and Destroy and Ring of Honor with the Motor City Machine Guns. He studied the tag team offense of Shelley and Saban. You gotta believe how fluid they are. But Anthony Henry coming out with shots everywhere for everybody.
Look at all these kicks.
Henry is a hybrid wrestler. He can submit you, he can kick your head off. There's not many styles Henry cannot adapt to. And LaRusso sends Henry face first into the guardrail. And DJZ the drop kick.
Looking to...
Hard shot by DJZ. And if there's anybody in this matchup with the highest motivation, the most to prove maybe to these people or themselves, I think that's Jonathan Gresham. Imagine coming so close to that accolade twice, to have it slip through your fingers. That's what Gresham has in the back of his mind.
The Japanese have a saying that when translated means eat bitter, taste sweet. Gresham's done the work. He's eaten bitter. He hasn't got to taste the sweet yet. And you have to believe that that is running in the back of his mind.
Neck breaker by DJZ. And LaRusso down to interrupt the fall. Sends Henry to the floor. And you got to believe Adam Cole and John McChesney both are watching this matchup very carefully. one of those men will inevitably have to face the winner.
Oh, and Z taking off.
Two big and helo to the floor. Look out. DJ Z, for my money, the most underrated athlete in this business today. So much breathtaking offense. Doesn't get the credit he deserves. LaRusso's not going to give him credit. Ooh. It's like cradle. LaRusso. LaRusso.
He hit him.
Yeah, shot right to that.
You wanted to know if he was 100%. He clearly was not.
That injured midsection, that colon area, whatever you want to call it, the intestines, emergency surgery in Mexico saved this young man's life. LaRusso exploits it to get a pinfall.
You can hear what the fans think of that.
And Henry and Gresham aren't happy about it either. DJC getting help to the back.
And you know that has to stick in DJZ's craw.
Oh, without a doubt. So frustrating when the heart and the mind is willing, but the body won't go.
DJZ wants to be 100%. He just isn't yet.
And he wants to be Super Indy champion, but this will not be his night. Henry rolls through. Caught Gresham flush, 2 count only.
Cradle roll through into a cradle suplex. Almost cradle brainbuster.
And LaRusso's trying to make bedfellows here. Again, elimination rules here. Henry giving in for a moment. Gresham quickens the pace. Boot for each man. Beautiful drop kick. 1 foot for each man.
And would you say that Gresham benefits the most from the quickened pace?
I think so. But keep in mind, he's also a submission specialist. He's the octopus of pro wrestling. What is this? Wasn't sure which way he was going. LaRusso got it. Now Henry does as well.
Neither was Henry. You saw him flinch because he thought the dive was coming.
Keeping everybody guessing. Gresham, the crossbody. Could have them. No.
Oh. Looked like he may have been going for a penalty kick there.
Standing side switches back and forth here from LaRusso and Gresham. Gresham drops on the arm. And we know the arm is a focal point of Gresham's offense. Deep pinfall, but couldn't put LaRusso away. Keep in mind the weakness of the arm on Adam Cole in the Super Indy final. Nearly brought Gresham to victory numerous times, thanks to maneuvers like that. You heard him say seek and destroy, and LaRusso dropped face first.
Just swung him around and just face busted him into the mat there.
As I mentioned, Gresham's been mentored by Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Sabin and Shelley was the Super Indy final in 2004. And Jackson Argos with a Canadian flag. We saw Gresham have some words with Argos on the way out here. These men have had words on Twitter as well. A budding rivalry with Gresham and Argos takes things too far.
Gresham shouldn't have laughed at him.
Oh, now LaRusso's going to do this again. LaRusso with 2 questionable eliminations.
Wait, I don't know that I would call them questionable. He did nothing wrong. I mean, you know, I like DJZ as much as the next guy, but he got in with an injury. I like Gresham, but he made the enemy.
And it's the heir apparent and the debuting X Factor. LaRusso may have a chance to three-peat as champion, or Anthony Henry can find himself a new home to try to conquer.
Oh.
Two very adept strikers.
Oh. And look at the precision he has with those kicks.
And his ability to use his surroundings, use the ring ropes as a springboard, an offensive weapon. Henry is so lightning quick on his feet, can throw together these combos like they're nothing.
Oh. And here he comes. Oh.
That is physical. And Henry on top after the knee and a near fall. Concerned look on the face of Benjamin C. Steele at ringside.
Oh, he has him hooked. Up and over.
Henry likes to utilize something called the Kudo driver. We'll be on the lookout for it as LaRusso plants Henry with a low but impactful DDT near fall. LaRusso has gotten both pinfalls in this matchup thus far. If he can sweep the field, he's on his way to a championship opportunity.
Right now, it's all LaRusso.
You can hear LaRusso. A defiant mouth. Oh, Henry from the back end.
Oh, Henry's right.
Spinning thrust kick right around the temple.
And BC Steele trying to get some information into Chris LaRusso's head. I don't know if those cobwebs are clear enough for him to understand it.
Well, LaRusso, we talk about his biggest weapon has been his mind. But it may be scrambled at this point as Henry, there's a flurry of strikes, up and down, high and low, all over the air apparent. And LaRusso, a martial arts background as well, but he's just being out-quickened and outstruck by Anthony Henry.
Henry has the pace going at the rate that he likes. Oh!
Twisting, slingshot, neckbreaker, near fall. And I'll give credit to LaRusso for kicking out of that. But Henry with something else in mind.
Heading up top.
Double stomp, nobody there. Rolls through by Henry into the thrust kick. Oh, LaRusso! LaRusso's 3 for 3! Oh! And no one is more shocked in this building than Chris LaRusso himself.
I don't know, BC Steele was pretty shocked.
Oh, Henry. Oh, high angle. Back suplex. And Henry charging through. Boot right to the sternum. Kudo driver. Oh! Kudos to you, Anthony Henry. You won in your IWC debut. Anthony Henry's worked for over a decade to make a name for himself, and a lot of things are coming up his way here in 2017. But maybe the biggest is the fact that Anthony Henry is now in contention for a championship with over a decade and a half of lineage, the Super Indy title on his very first appearance in IWC Wrestling.
Henry was looking to make a name for himself. I don't think either of us had him picked to be the winner, not out of ability, just out of everyone else and what it meant to them.
LaRusso had the field in hand, but Henry a step quicker, a step ahead, and now a step closer to perhaps the IWC Super Indy Championship.